San Antonio! Welcome to All Things San Antonio podcast with just your two lonely realtors, Brad Burns and
Ken Carter. How you doing? Hey, Brad.
Hey, Ken.
I'm not lonely. Not much. So we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So San Antonio just had the Michelin folks come through.
San Antonio and Austin. We'll throw them in because they had. First off, I think it's hilarious that it costs a lot of money to get on them, to even have the Michelin people come and like review. I don't know if you saw this. It was like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think I want to say 400, but I also want to say 700, and I don't have a great memory, but like one of those two numbers.
Who paid it? The city?
The city of San Antonio Tourism Board or something like that. Some organization within the San Antonio. I don't know if it's actual taxpayer dollars or
probably,
or if it's coming from the restaurant fund and tax dollars from that or whatever. I mean, ultimately, it's going to bring more business and more people to San Antonio. But I always think it's funny how people buy awards and then publish them and everything. But well, they did a pretty good job, I think.
So do you think those restaurants bought the awards, or do you think?
I think it was part of the city, and it wasn't just San Antonio. I think it was something that San Antonio and Austin and kind of South Texas
put together to
bring them here. Because I mean, we can shit on Austin all we want and everything, but like they have a lot of really good restaurants because
they do.
They brought the people they brought in and stuff like that. So
Austin is
good on them.
Austin is, for as terrible of a city they are, they're a great city.
It's a good city. It's still Texas.
They have a lot of cool stuff.
They have Elon Musk, and I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk and everything he's doing right now.
They got Elon Musk. They have Arch Manning.
Did you see? It's funny how we when the last Texas game, they put Arch in at the end after they were already winning, and a reporter went up to him to interview him. Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
And he goes, "This isn't my team." He goes, "This is your team. I just came in for a little bit and everything. You need to go talk to him." Like
such a humble kid,
such a humble guy. Like it's one of those things. There's like you put hope in people, and like I hope he continues to be the guy that he has been presenting himself to be.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So he's like you don't see that often.
You know who's like that in the NFL? Dak Prescott's a pretty humble dude.
Is he?
Yeah,
he should be humble.
He gets humbled.
When you get humbled that much, it gets. I'm sorry.
I mean, he got paid and then got hurt, so he's getting paid regardless. But
yeah,
I mean, he's a good guy. He won like Man of the Year, kind of things like that.
Peyton Manning, my father-in-law had some experience interacting with him when he was coaching football up in Indiana, and same thing. Like, good guy. Everything that you think he is, and he's that guy.
He's not a Brett Favre.
He's not a Brett Favre. Well,
robbing the welfare.
He's not grabbing people's cell phones and throwing them on the ground like Jason Kelsey. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, they were talking about his brother. Like he reacted.
I would react the same way.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
And he's not in the NFL anymore, so he can do what he wants.
He could do anything he wanted if he was in the NFL too.
I mean, he'd deal with the fine. Like Bosa got fined for his MAGA hat, which is great. Like I understand though, because I mean that's putting political stuff on the thing, and they fought so hard for Kaepernick not to kind of go that route.
Equal everywhere and stuff like that. But let's get back to San Antonio.
Best city in the world.
So from what I saw, we only got so here's KSAT.
We had a little list come out. So we had the one restaurant win the star.
Mixley. Is that how you spell it? Mixtli? Mixley?
If we could get some.
Mixley? And it's good. What's great is like retroactively, I've been to a 1-star Michelin restaurant.
You're so bougie, Ken.
I'm so bougie, but this one all goes Mia Grace. Like this was her. She wanted to go there, and I was telling you like she's been like, she's had some bougie restaurant experiences. We went to Sushi Samba in Vegas for her birthday.
We had an experience.
Oh yeah,
the other night. We went to a Spurs game.
This is the humble tax.
Yeah, we went to a Spurs game and we were in like a theater box type room, and we were walking around. They sent us the wrong way, first of all, to find the room. And so we're going through.
They just knew we hadn't got our steps in. They're like, you have to walk around the entire thing.
we stumbled across a buffet, and we're like, oh, cool, because like you're in a box. Like I guess this buffet is free. So I was like, Ken, let's grab a plate. Like let's get some food. Like they got more of a variety here than they probably have in the box. So we grabbed some plates.
Which, in retrospect, they didn't.
No.
The box had a better variety,
It did.
too.
So we grabbed a few things. Like, literally, we probably grabbed $10 worth of food.
If that.
And so we sat down. Lady comes up. She's like, hey, you want me to open up your tab? I was like, oh, no, like, we're not drinking. Like, we just get some water. So, like, for the food. And I was like, for the food? And then so I was like, cool. So I just, like, handed her my card. And I was like, Ken, I guess we're about to figure out what this really equals out to. So we ended up eating about $10 worth of food combined. Cost about $110. Learning experience, like.
But again, it's one of those things like we both have humble like beginnings, if you will, and we're still kind of in that.
It was
humble,
a blessing to be able to just pass the card and
we were up there. It worked. No, but you get into those situations like you don't want to ask. Like you're like you're just kind of going with the flow here and see what happens. But
you would think they would have like a menu or something like hanging up somewhere and be like, hey,
a menu for a buffet?
Not a menu, but maybe a price list or something.
Dude, if they had
if
like,
you gotta ask, you can't afford it. That's how they get there.
Can you imagine what Charles Barkley would say about San Antonio if we said buffet $45? Like, what you gotta tell these people what the price is beforehand? So
yeah, you do.
But that beef satay was not worth $45.
No,
it was definitely Aramark food.
Like none of it was good.
Nah, but then it wasn't bad. Like in the theater box though, that was nice because we got invited to that, and they had they had the tri-tip. They had the
some chicken,
the beef, the prime, the little bit of prime.
Tri-tip, I think.
Oh, that was tri-tip. No, I didn't have any. But they also had a little charcuterie board, and I love my Italian sausages and meats and like the prosciutto and prosciutto. And
it was cool. Like
it's good stuff.
I enjoyed the box a whole lot more.
They didn't get a Michelin star though.
They didn't. The tri-tip was pretty chewy. Like they tried.
Yeah.
But I mean, you go to a Spurs game, like you can eat some food. You're not going for the food.
But the thing is, though, so many people in San Antonio they go to the Spurs games just for the interaction with it and the socializing and stuff like that. Which was fun too and everything. It was was probably the first time I've been to the Spurs game in, man, I want to say like 15
Somebody
years.
asked me like, "Oh, how was the game?" And I was like,
"It went fast."
We didn't really watch it. Like we kind of talked.
It was so funny, Eric. We're sitting there talking, and we looked up and it said third, and then like the third quarter, and it had like the time, and we're like, where was the halftime at? Like none of us, four of us, four grown men were like, what happened to the halftime show and everything? And we're like, oh, it's halftime. That's counting
just hit halftime. Like we were so confused. Like literally, like it was like we lost 20 minutes.
15 minutes. It's like, and then all of a sudden they start bringing out the dancers and stuff like how would we miss this?
like we were all like, the only way I can explain it was the Twilight Zone.
It was a little bit.
We're like, what?
It was good conversation. It was fun. It was a good time. It was a really good time. Shout out to the Spurs for beating the Sacramento Kings while we were there. Obviously, I'm good luck.
They play again tonight. Like they have a chance to be 500 tonight.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they'll be 6-6.
Because I think they had been predicted to win like just over 20 games or something like that.
Well, I think they said that, but then Chris Paul came out and he was like, "There's no way we're only going to win 20 games. That's unfathomable. I can't even imagine that." And I think that's just his leadership, like, for the younger guys, like, do not come here with the mindset, like, we're going to win 20 games.
You can't have that mindset no matter what. Even if you're a 20-game team, like, you got to have the mindset that you're going to win more.
You can't come in already losing.
Because you never know. Because, like Barbecue Station, you can come out a winner.
Yeah. So Barbecue Station.
Let's go through this list from the bottom though.
Yeah.
Well, we talked a little bit about mixed league.
Let's start at the top then.
And I really do like mixed league's pretty cool because the thing that's awesome about that is it's at the Pullman Market, and we've talked about the Pullman Market where it's it's not a little bit bougie. It's bougie as hell.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? $10 for a pound of ground beef, or was it $12?
It might have been 20 at this point.
Maybe that's why. Maybe their ground beef and the Mexican food. It's just that level because it costs $20 a pound.
But you know what? The food there is simple Mexican food at the same time. Like they just have like almost like street tacos and stuff like that. But they do them really well. And
I think that I would rather have simple really well than trying to be too fancy. Like there's some places that have like biscuit and gravy, and they'll have like rosemary and like all kinds of other stuff in there, and I'm like, bro, Whataburger biscuit and gravy is low key better.
You don't
with
need
the jalapeno biscuit and gravy. With the jalapeno biscuit, the biscuit and gravy from Whataburger.
I am so off Whataburger right now. I was thinking about that the other day.
But the breakfast though, the biscuit and gravy is good.
But I'm not a breakfast. You know
yeah,
me.
but the biscuit and gravy smacks. Eat it at 11. If you don't want to eat in the morning, go back at 11.
I'm not awake at 11 p.m.
Yeah, well, you got to decide on something to get that biscuit and gravy.
There's no way I'm awake at 11 p.m.
But with the jalapeno biscuit, that's the hack. It's good.
So on the big, let's see if we'll open this up. What a big. So let's go into the second thing.
So look, we got the one that won the Michelin star.
That was Mixley.
Yeah.
But this one is the Bib Gourmand. This is the second level down.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what I was going to look real quick. Look up on your phone what Bib Gourmand, what that means. Because Michelin star, if you don't know what Michelin star means, it's like if it's a 1-star restaurant, that means if you're in the area, you need to go to this restaurant. If it's a 2-star Michelin restaurant, then you what is it? I can't remember exactly because if it's a 3-star, it's like you plan a trip just for that. I think 1 is like if you happen to be in the area. 2 is like kind of make your way that direction. But 3, you plan a trip just to go to that one restaurant.
So Bib Gourmand is an award given by the Michelin Guide to restaurants that serve high quality food at reasonable prices.
I like it. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had 3. I haven't had Burnt Bean Company.
I've heard Burnt Bean is really good.
I've heard it's really, really good. But it's one of those places like Franklin's that it's like
early,
they close early and you got to be in a line to get it. And like I'm just
I think most good barbecue places have a time that they close because barbecue is something that takes a long time to cook. If you overcook it, you can't really reuse it. It doesn't reheat well.
Well, it reheats like Rudy's barbecue. If you want to serve Rudy's barbecue, because I'll tell you the secret behind Rudy's barbecue is they cook it in one place. They chill it, get it down temperature to cool and everything, put it in the leg stands, throw it in a truck, and then take it to another place.
So basically Bill Miller's?
Bill Miller, and yeah, they got a commissary, and then they're just heating up, and so they're looking and they're putting so many on there to heat up. So it's a reheated product.
That's why your brisket is dry.
That's why your brisket's a bit dry. I have a hard time, and it may be we're from Texas, right? I have a hard time giving like, hey, you're this good of a barbecue place that you have to go wait in line. Like like you got Franklin's, you got Burnt Bean. For people that like the ones that people talk about, they talk about Terry Black's, they talk about Cooper's, all these places. Like there's a lot of places. You go to the Gonzalez Meat Market. You got Pinkerton's. There's so many places that have really good 2M smokehouse.
Yeah. They made the list.
Why do you have to have another place that you have to like? There's enough places. How are you standing in line?
Well, 2M has a line all the time.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of good barbecue. Why were you standing in line?
Because they don't want to go to Bill Miller's.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it. So I've seen Burnt Bean usually has a line.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Column's Attaboy.
I've heard a shit ton of good stuff about it.
I have too.
That's definitely on the thing. Ladino is awesome. Ladino is it's a Greek restaurant. It's at the Pearl, and that's where we had Zane and Avery's rehearsal dinner.
Nice.
Was at Ladino, and they do a great job. If you have like a party, like a large party, you want to do something nice. Like we had like 12, 15, however many, and they'll set up a course menu for you, and that's cool. Where you can, because a lot of it's like you're dipping and stuff like that, where you're sharing and stuff like that. They've got great wine selection that they can pair everything with. It's awesome. I get why they're on that list because again, it was really, really nice, but it's super affordable comparatively. Like sure. You're paying money, and people are going to say that nice for that to be affordable. It's like, you know what I mean. And have you been
Southerly?
Have you been to Southerly?
I've been to the one at the Rim.
Okay.
I haven't been to the one down on Grayson.
That's the Pearl again.
Yeah.
And so they also have the one over at City Base.
I don't know if it's opened yet, but they're working on it. Yeah.
I'm a fan because they brew their own beer and everything, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if you saw Freetail is no longer going to sell retail. They're only going to sell their beers at their restaurants anymore.
Their restaurant's pretty good up here on 1604.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then the Jerk Shack over there.
I've heard good things about the Jerk Shack. I haven't been there.
I haven't been to that one. I've had. I was thinking when I saw the Jerk Shack, I was thinking it was the one place over off Walsham. That's something different.
That's the Shack, right, or something.
Maybe
or the Jerk. I don't know. They got something.
I thought it was named the same thing, similar, but like I like.
I just haven't been there because they say you are what you eating. I don't need to be any more of a jerk.
That's the old Seinfeld episode where he goes, the jerk store called and they're running out of you or something like that.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
And then Michelin recommended. You got Barbecue Station. I know Ken has something to say about this.
That is the worst. And I know they've been around for.
I heard they closed and reopened. Do you think maybe that changed? Their product changed?
That never helps. I don't know. I can't. I'm gonna talk. I'm the poor of them. One of my best friends, Keith, is gonna be mad because it's one of his favorite barbecue places.
You know who they should have had on this list? HEB. HEB True Texas Barbecue is legit.
Some good barbecue.
It's good.
I saw that they do a chili Frito pie brisket pie thing like that.
No, HEB it's probably one of the better barbecues in San Antonio. What else they got?
They got Garcia's Mexican food. That's like old school, man. That's funny that's.
Is that the little one kind of on the corner?
Off Fredericksburg Road? Yeah, downtown, like almost all the way where the Deco HEB kind of stuff and everything.
I had a client take me there. It was good.
My kids know all these places. Leche de Tigre, that's the one that I don't know if you remember, but John recommended when he was on the first time John Bloodsworth. I was pointing him because he was here earlier. Super great restaurant. Kids love that. Little M's Oyster Bar. That's Emma's favorite one because she loves raw oysters and seafood and like that. She loves this place. I've never heard of Nicosia. So what do you think that
Oyster Bar does different than other ones that serve raw oysters? Because you're not cooking it, so what?
It goes to ambiance, I think, and they also have a different variety of oysters. It's not just your big ass Gulf Coast oyster kind of thing.
See, I've never eaten one.
I haven't been there. I'm iffy on oysters. Jennifer's family always does oyster stuffing for Thanksgiving, and it's right there, originally from Louisiana, and Galveston, all that area, and it's rice and oysters as a stuffing for Thanksgiving, and it's, in my opinion, the most disgusting thing. But Jennifer she'll just eat all the oysters. To me, it's as soon as you cook oysters, they get worse. Yeah, they get worse. Like fried oysters and stuff like that. I'm just not a fan.
Man, we went to lunch yesterday at 410 Diner right there on Broadway.
Yeah.
I got the seafood platter.
It
was good. Was it? Yeah, it was probably one of the best fried fish I've had in a while. I was really surprised. I saw somebody else order it, and I was like, man, it looks good.
You gotta. I always. You want a good fried fish. The Cottage is opened up on Broadway down south, right by the McNay Theater Museum. It's a little Irish pub. I think I talked about
fish and chips.
Their fish and chips. Man, big old flaky cotton. Man, it's They really do it right. Really do it right.
So who else they got?
2M Smokehouse. See, we didn't even see this, and we're already naming people down there because we're
2M Smokehouse is good.
You've been there, right?
I've been there. It's real San Antonio. So the mac and cheese has hot Cheeto dust on top. I'm not the biggest fan of hot Cheetos, so it's not my favorite place. But they have good barbecue, and they're super popular.
I think that there's something to say about San Antonio style barbecue that's different and better than other people's.
I think too, if you're gonna have a barbecue restaurant, you got to sell jalapeno poppers with the cream cheese and the bacon. Most restaurants don't sell them. And I think they're really missing out. They might not store very well or something, but
it takes a while to cook too. Because I've cooked to get the bacon crispy and stuff like that.
And if you cook it too fast, it's not gonna cook well. The bacon might be crispy, but the jalapeno is still gonna be raw. It's a art.
You could have had some at the client event. If you had me cook, because I always provide poppers with my barbecue. So if you ever want some of the barbecue,
well, we do have Teamsgiving coming up Tuesday.
Should I bring jalapeno poppers?
That would be good.
I'll sign up for jalapeno poppers.
Let's go.
On here Mixedly also got outstanding service.
I feel like if
For their bar, though, specifically, Haley Pruitt and Lauren Beckner, the sommelier, the wine person, sommelier, and bar director, basically got recognized too. I think that's pretty cool, like recognizing the individual and stuff like that. Their drinks, it's funny, like whatever drink I got was the like had like the most like flower. It looked like a girl's drink, like, and it's somehow like.
So it wasn't like
it's a drink. It's always like, but it's somehow like whenever I go and like we order like cocktails and stuff. Unless I get like just like a Manhattan or an old fashioned, like I'd get a lot of times. But if I think it's like, ooh, this one looks like it's flavorful and cute and cool and stuff like that, and everything it comes, it's like it's like, man, this looks, it's in a flute and stuff like that. I'm like,
well, they had when we were in Minnesota, like it was a big group of us, and someone's like, oh, let me get that. They had like a non-alcoholic champagne type drink, and I just read bubbly something. And I was like, oh, it's like a sparkling water or something, and they bring it out like in the flute, and I was like, bro, I'm too manly to be drinking out this thing. So I'm like trying to drink it and like hold it down, like yeah, it was kind of.
We went to talk about sparkling water. It's one of the coolest things because you know me, we got our sparkling water right here all the time. Up in the Rice Village, we're going to school. After the game, we went to a place called the Rice Box. And it's kind of weird. It's all looks like an arcade, the way that they have the menus and stuff like that. And out in the area, they have along like two little like the poles in the air, like they have two little fountains, one for still water and one for sparkling water. And it's like the kind of like the silver kind of thing with like the blue little pool thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like just like a little water spout, but it's got sparkling water coming out. In
the Thompson Hotel, like in the hallway where they have the little ice machine type thing, they have the water fountains. One still and one sparkling.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was like, man, when I know I'm going to make it, I'm going to get a sparkling water dispenser.
A sparkling water dispenser and a sauna in my next house. That's the two things that it has to have.
So do us a favor.
Like and subscribe.
Sell us your fixer-uppers so Ken can get his sparkling water dispenser and I can go use it.
There you go.
See y'all on the next episode.
Appreciate you.